MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 5 of the National League Division Series between the Miami Marlins and the Chicago Cubs. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Danny, this is still anyone's series here as we get ready for Game 5.
And guys, I'm going to be sorry to see this series come to an end. You've got to love a series that comes down to the final game, and seeing the push and pull struggle between these two teams over the last 4 games has been a lot of fun. We're in for a great one here in Game 5.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Number 16 has the ball for the 5th game of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, this is one of the game's all-time best pitchers. Over 300 career wins, and he's been doing his thing for a long time. It'll be interesting to see if he can continue that solid work in this one today, Matt.
Stepping up now, Yusniel Alfonso, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
For Miami,
no outs.
The right fielder.
Here comes the first pitch.
First pitch, 7:06.
Line drive base hit. With that, the Marlins get a good start to the inning with their leadoff man aboard.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down. He looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here, having a huge series. Any big leaguer can have their moment mid-May, but to do it when it gets cold outside means everything.
Roll
it up, roll it up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off. Alfonso gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Called strike 0-2.
Surprised the pitcher would even go to the top of the zone looking for a double play in this situation.
Now a throw over. Back in standing. And again a throw, keeping particularly close tabs on him. A runner at first with no outs here. Got him swinging on the split-fingered pitch, and that's out number 1.
To me, when it's raining, the approach at the plate has to change a little bit, especially if you're a guy that can run a little bit. Put the ball in play any way possible, especially on the ground. Making plays in the rain becomes exponentially tougher to do when it's wet. So these offenses really need to limit the strikeouts.
So now to the plate, Gustavo Cortez. 0-1 the count. Throw over to the bag, and the runner back easily. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
Hey, we got one. Runner.
Runner's on the move for second. Grounded down the third baseline. A dive, and he can't hang on. And no chance on the throw here as he reaches first easily.
Hey, not a bad pitch right there. Off-speed pitch down in the zone. You thought he would set that up pretty well. The previous pitch was a real good fastball up.
Yeah, I think the hitter was sitting all over that one, Dan. I really do. He saw that fastball up for show. I think he thought to himself, here comes the off-speed.
In now, Maxwell Brennan, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. First and second now, 1 man out.
One out.
Don't want to forget about him. Now the 0-1.
Ball, that's out.
Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty. Hey, you know what, Dero? This Ed Drummond, he's a good umpire. Fair umpire, good ball and strike umpire. Pretty much straight down the road.
That's all you look for, Dan. Just be consistent. I don't care if you're given 2 to 3 inches off the outside corner, but you can't do it on the inside corner. If you're going to stick to one thing and stay consistent with it, no player will have a gripe with you.
Into the box, Akio Sato. As he'll take a look at ball one. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. A high strike there, and it's 1-1.
Hey, we got 2 down now.
Nope,
Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact.
1 strike.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
2-2. This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
Hey, strike this guy out.
Domingo Villarreal would be next. This is line to left. That's in there. Base hit. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Wow, you rarely see this guy give up more than a hit an inning, and he's already given up 3 here. It's too early to be concerned, but you do have to keep an eye on him moving forward. He's a pro, though, so he's capable of turning things around in a hurry.
Villarreal.
Comes set, the 0-1.
Ball.
Hey, I know there's a lot of game
right
left,
now,
but that is such an important run there in the top of the first. Try and silence this crowd. I can't tell you, in postseason play, 1 run feels like 3 or 4.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. The set, and the 1-2. Next pitch will be number 24 in this long first inning. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. Miami's out in front, 1-0. Second inning set to go, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, John Grossman. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. Grossman makes a lot of great contact against left-handed pitching, perhaps one of the best in the game in that regard, but he does have his warts against right-handers at times. Just not as proficient at putting the ball in play when it's coming from that side. 2 balls and a strike now. Bouncer up the middle. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second. Stepping into the box, Tommy Zavala. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Now the pitch. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's not the kind of pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
Behind 0-2 now. Hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly on to first, and there are 2 down. So with 2 gone now, here's a look at our playoff brackets. And you can see there the Padres are already through to the next round. They'll take on the winner of this series in the NLCS. Nate Goldstein is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. And another foul ball. Another one sent foul. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. But this will wind up foul, still 0-2.
Hey, 5 foul balls in a row.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. So they go quietly here in this half inning. On now to the bottom of the. Ready for another chance. Yusniel Alfonso. He reached on a single in his first try. And it's fouled away.
Alfonso.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike.
I know that feeling. Played 14 years in the big leagues and still can't hit a slider.
In the air down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Fouled away. The 0-2 once more. Still no balls and 2 strikes.
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
Now batting.
To the plate now, Francisco Pinheiro. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Ball.
And this is high, a ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch.
Hey!
High in the air out towards shallow right. Sierra has a play. 2 down. At the plate, Gustavo Cortez.
The third
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Gustavo Cortez. 0-1. That's
And he lays off for ball 1.
2 down
ball,
here.
1 strike.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. The pitch.
Ball, that's inside.
2 out, nobody on. And he fouls this one off. Just hung in there on that one. And again, he's unable to keep it fair, but he's putting together quite a battle at the plate. Still 2-2. Now here's the pitch.
We got full count.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Ball.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
Man, as a pitcher, I can tell you that is so frustrating. He's got 2 outs, and he wants to get that 3rd out as quickly and painlessly as possible, but that hitter makes him work his tail off, and he still loses him.
Maxwell Brennan is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a slider bounces, and that gets away. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
Well, the intent there with that 2-strike pitch was obviously to get him to fish for something he couldn't do a whole lot with, but there's the risk that comes with that as well. If you don't execute or your catcher can't handle it very well, you give up 3 bases.
And strike three called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. Marlins leave one, but they're up 1-0. So striding in, number 16, and he's ready to take his first cuts.
Number 16.
He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball, 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. Cubs pitcher at the plate, trailing with a 1-2 count.
I'm going to need to see a better game plan out of the hitter right here. That ball was at his eyes.
Line drive to center field. And that's the first hit in this one for the Cubbies.
Hey, don't let the fact that this guy's on the mound fool you right here. This guy has a nice approach at the plate, knows what he's doing, has history. I'm not surprised he was able to mix in a base knock.
So digging in now, Avery Coppola. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Avery.
A runner on first with 2 away.
Hey, get your pitch up there.
To third. Scooped up. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. So striding forward now, Akio Sato. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth. High and deep down the left field line. And this is going to wind up a foul ball.
He's going to be thinking about that pitch all night if he doesn't have a big game right here. Pulled his front shoulder and everything went with it.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed. And this fourth inning will start the same way he ended the third, with a strikeout. And there's one away.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. And what does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
Standing in now, Domingo Villarreal. He'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Come on now, here we go, guys.
Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1.
Hey, that pitch right there caught entirely too much of the plate. Curveball that rolled over the heart of the plate. He's got to pull the trigger on that one.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2.
Got one here.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. And that misses 2-2. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
That's his second strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
The catcher.
Stepping in now, John Grossman. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0. Hit on the ground to short. Right to him. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Miami down in order, but they're on top 1-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Tommy Zavala. He'll get his side started in the inning, and Dan, so far they've been stifled offensively since the first inning.
Boy, they sure have, Matt. They came out of the gates and got hot right away, but whatever was going for them pretty much has disappeared. We'll see if they can wake it back up.
No contact there, and it's
One
1 and
ball,
2.
2 strikes.
Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
Total agreement, Matt, in particular that pitcher's mound. You know, one of the things you have to really be careful, not just for the position players, but that mound gets awfully slippery and awfully wet when it becomes moist like it is right now. So the umpires are going to have to really pay attention to the conditions on the field.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
He put up a pretty good battle at the plate right there. They finally get him on a 1 and 2 pitch, but you could see that he wasn't laying down without a fight. He really made the pitcher earn that strikeout.
Into the box now, Nate Goldstein. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
No, that's low.
Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Hit back up the middle, reined in. Throw gets him, 2 down. Standing in, Yusniel Alfonso. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch of the at bat.
Alfonso.
Plays it first here.
The windup and the 0-1. Grounded up the first baseline, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and coming forward now is the shortstop, Francisco Pinheiro. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. In there, strike 1. Yeah, the rain starting to intensify here. It's coming down a little heavier now. We'll see how much longer the umpires can wait.
Yeah, Matt, right now this doesn't look too good. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the umpires come out and bring the ground crew out here. The infield around the mound and around the home plate area is really getting soaking wet, and I can't anticipate this going on very much longer.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Tried to hold up there, appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And the 6th inning opens with a flyout, 1 away. Here comes the Chicago skipper now up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. Won't get a decision in this one, but except for a few mistakes, he pitched pretty well here this evening. Chris Gomes will take the ball now as the new pitcher.
Chicago Cubs. Number 15, Chris Gomes.
Let's play ball. 3. He's out. Out. Ball 4. Take the base. You're out. Out. He's safe. He's out. 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 He's out.
Not a lot of runs put on the board in this one, but here's a guy that found a way to make a difference. He's the tops player of the game.
Well, the numbers don't just jump out at you, but his lone hit was a really important one. And sometimes you just need to come through when it matters most to be the hero, and he did just that.
For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our hard-working crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been the National League Division Series.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Marlins, 1 run on 10 hits, 1 error, and